What the fuck is going on? Are they gonna lump her ass up? No, they're gonna brainwash her into the cult. Oh no! The monkey's fist. The monkey. Then do something about it already. I thought males were supposed to be decisive. Buh. There's a murder. Someone's dead. We weren't prepared for what we were about. Oh god, we weren't prepared for what we were about to see. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. That was a jump scare. What the fuck, bro? Oh, she puked again, and it's green this time. Monophane's green puke is said to be an omen of bad luck and disaster. What on earth is about to happen? A transfer student from beyond the grave. Deadly life. Let us pray for Angie. So that Atua may guide her soul to the great heavens. Atua, please take care of Angie. Hey, why did it end up like this? Didn't Angie have Atua with her? Clearly, she didn't. That's not true! Angie said Atua always by her side. We don't have time to be talking about this. Instead of talking about Atua, yeah, we gotta talk about which one of us is the culprit and win this killing game. Wait, this is part of the killing game? What else could it be? The fact that Angie's dead can only mean one thing. One of us killed her. But why would someone do such awful thing? Is that really what happened? Huh? It's possible the culprit who killed Angie wasn't one of us, but... Rise and shine, Ursine! We're here to interrupt you again. Oh my god! That is a gratuitous amount of vomit! Oh! A vomit-soaked entrance! How novel! And the puke is green again, too! That's a pretty ominous sign. Oh, why did another murder happen again? What's the deal, Monodam? I thought you were gonna make everyone get along. Don't worry. Overcoming this will bring everyone closer together. That has been the case so far. Yes. Their bond gets stronger with each class trial, does it not? Murders are necessary to bring everyone closer together. But how? So, let's get started. Conduct a friendly investigation, then we will have a friendly class trial. We must distribute these first. Oh look, the Monokuma file! I wanted to be the one to pass it out! Didn't you want to do it too, Monophane? By the way, I've been thinking, you guys should knock off all this killing and dying. Dying is like so lame. Living is all the rage these days. Oh, more green puke! This is really unlucky. So long. Farewell. As there is no use complaining, we are better off beginning our investigation. So, everyone, we all know what we need to do, yes? Yep, I mean, by the third murder, we should all be pretty used to dead bodies. No way, Gata, ever get used to this. Trust me, you don't want to get used to this. No one should get used to this. That's nice and all, but it seems pretty insincere coming from an assassin. She's gonna like death slam you, dude. Let's start investigating. It's not like we have any other choice. That's true. But still, it's strange. This is a bizarre setup. 4 wax figures, effigies of the dead, hung upside down in the room, and in the middle, Angie's body in a pool of blood. It certainly appears to be some kind of ritual. Alright, bro. I'm counting on you as my sidekick. Let's end this nightmare together. Yeah, but are you feeling okay, Kaito? We seriously don't have time to be talking about this. No way we're gonna die here. I'm definitely gonna find the culprit. The culprit? Is it really someone among us that killed Angie? I get how you feel, Sumigi, but do you have to repeat that tired old line every time? Oh, no, that's not it. I mean, could this have been the work of the transfer student? Huh? Angie prepared the ritual in this room to resurrect the dead, right? And she made those wax dolls hanging upside down as part of the ritual. Maybe the ritual succeeded and the resurrected person killed her. What? Shut up already. It's her fault! Telling scary stories out of nowhere like that? Saying messed up stuff like that? Kaito, are you alright? Sure. Sorry, Suichi. I need to get some fresh air. I'll leave this to you and Maki. Do a good job, you guys. Oh, so Maki's the sidekick now. Or I guess, I'm gonna say she's my sidekick because I'm the fucking detective, so I'm the one deducing all the answers. Kaito left, still a bit wobbly. Doing a good job. That coward has a lot of nerve bossing us around. Maybe that wasn't the best way to phrase it, but he just wants to encourage. You've clearly settled right into your sidekick role. I don't need him to give me orders. With so few people left, I can't afford to sit out anymore. So, where should we start? We should check the Monokuma file first, right? Yes, let's take a look. The victim was Angie Yongana, the ultimate artist. The body was found in the ultimate artist's lab. The time of death is approximately 2 in the morning. Alright, so that's not a factor. The cause of death was a stab wound to the back of the neck. The forehead also has a laceration. But you know what I just realized? I subliminally put into your mind that because this room was locked, that there was going to be a locked room mystery. And lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, we have our locked room mystery. So solving the locked room mystery is going to be a key to finding our culprit and how they did it. But anywho, that's a topic for further discussion. The Monokuma file included the time of death this time, 2 a.m. Everyone must have been asleep. We probably can't rely on witness testimonies. So, the murder happened at nighttime after all. If everyone had followed the student council's rules like Angie and Atua said, what good will saying that do? The culprit may be one of the student council. Yes. A member of the student council? That's... We should go and figure that out. Let's start investigating and solve this mystery together. I can't. Himiko? I can't do it. I can't investigate Angie's body. But if we don't make it through the class trial, then everyone will die. I don't care anymore. What? Surviving and everything else is too much of a pain. Then why don't you just use your magic and revive Angie? This is not the time for your mean-spirited taunts. Reviving her is clearly impossible. We cannot say that with certainty, no. Excuse me? Well, of course resurrecting her is impossible, but I know a way we can speak with Angie. We can summon her spirit with a seance called the Caged Child. Seance? Seance? What are you talking about? Cut it out already. Yeah, this is no time for jokes. Oh, I'm serious. This is for our investigation. You know, if you can fucking, just talk to the dead and say, hey, yo, Angie, with your, fucking ninjutsu, shoot, 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 shoot. Hey, Angie, who killed you? Ah, yes, it was him. Oh, we did it. We solved the case. Why did you bring this up before? Whatever, dude. For our investigation? If we speak with Angie, we can ask her who the culprit is and bring this case to a swift close. First, a resurrection ritual, and now a seance. Are you messing with us? I would appreciate it if you didn't compare it to Monokuma's foolishness. Seances are genuine occurrences. They are written in literature of the world. In fact, I myself have participated in seances a great many times. Many times? On top of that, we have a rare chance to perform the legendary seance, the Caged Child. It would be foolish not to take advantage of this, yes? No matter how you put it, now's not the time for something. Oh, I suspect the only way to confirm your earlier theory is by performing the seance, yes? My earlier theory? The possibility of the culprit being the resurrected transfer student. It is not wise to go into a class trial with such outlandish theories in one's head. So to prove such a thing impossible, I think it'd be best we consult Angie herself. That logic is peculiar, to say the least. Holding a seance to find out about the ritual, so we're gonna find the occult with the occult. Well, I can't worry about this forever, so we might as well go with the easiest solution. Okay, I'll help you out. I was getting bored of investigating anyway. Huh?
I'll help too.
Huh? You too, Himiko?
If I can talk to Angie one more time, I'll do anything. A seance or whatever it takes. I'll do it.
I'll help out as well. I can't leave Himiko alone.
Do whatever you want.
Okay, I will. So now we have 4 participants, Kokichi, Himiko, Tenko, and myself. However, the Caged Child requires 5 people. We are still short 1. Fine, then Keyboy can come too.
I guess we can't be picky.
Why am I being forced to participate and being treated like a burden? So then, we need a place to perform the seance. Where shall we do it? How about your lab? No, in order for the Caged Child to succeed, the room must be as dark as possible. My lab has windows, so turning the lights off won't make it quite dark enough.
Oh, we're gonna use the side rooms. Then how about the empty rooms?
Empty rooms? The ones on the 4th floor?
There aren't any windows there, so if we blow out the candles, it should be pitch dark.
Sure, I'm fine with that. I agree with Himiko. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use?
The middle room. The middle room's always the best for stuff like this.
Very well. I shall begin the preparations at once. I shall have you 4 help me as well. Let us carry all necessary equipment from the lab. Are you really going to do this? This is for our investigation. I said as much, did I not? We need to use all our effort to discover the culprit, lest our lives be lost.
And with that, half the crew is gone now, so now it's just us 4 investigating. Alright, well.
We're screwed. Kokichi, Kibo, Tenko, and Himiko all left the scene. Are they serious about this stupid seance? Perhaps it's just part of the investigation in their eyes. We should go with them. In any case, I should focus on what I can do. What the ultimate detective can do. Investigation started! Alrighty then. Let's get this going. You guys are getting some off-brand footage today because I'm actually recording in the middle of the week. I usually record on the weekends because, first of all, I am in an apartment complex and I don't think the walls are very soundproof. So, you know, when I'm doing my hooting and hollering stuff, I'm sure my neighbors can hear me. And I don't know how kindly they'll like the fact that I'm going like at like 10 o'clock at night. So that's one of the reasons why I don't usually record during the weekday. But I was kind of forced to because to get this coming week's episode out, I needed more footage. So I was like, well, shit, I don't have any because I used it all up in the previous stuff. So now here we are, recording on a Wednesday evening. It is now 5:57 at night. And we are in for the long haul because I'm gonna be doing the entire investigation as well as the trial in this recording session. So I sure hope my neighbors don't hate me for that. Anywho, let's get into it. Angie's fucking murked. Angie's body. She's lying face down in the middle of the room. Are you going to take a closer look? Yes, I was planning to. Then let's hurry up and do it. We can't afford to waste any time here. Maki didn't hesitate. She stepped past me and walked over to the body. She has no problem with dead bodies. She is the ultimate assassin. Oh, the freaking the Necronomicon and shit. So is this part of the ritual? Was this the sacrifice they needed? Does that mean there's... I could see that being part of the trial. Because think about this. What kind of plot twist would that be if Angie actually resurrected one of the students and then they murked her? That would be a crazy plot twist now, wouldn't it? But you won't know which one it is. And according to Monokuma's rules, we have to be able to vote correctly on the black end. So if you think about it, we could also throw in the fact that maybe one of the 4 other students could have possibly been resurrected and killed her. Who knows? There's blood dripping from Angie's head. According to the Monokuma file, she sustained a stab wound to the back of the neck, as well as a laceration on her forehead. The killing blow was a single stab to the back of the neck. A sneak attack, most likely. Then what do you make of this wound on her forehead? Maybe the culprit hit her on the head before stabbing her from behind. But her 2 wounds are substantially different. Did the culprit change weapons mid-attack? I suppose that would be unnecessary. Also, the wound on her forehead looks deep, but it's not bleeding much. What is going on with these 2 wounds? Forehead injury. Interesting. Huh? What's wrong, Maki? Move. Maki pushed me aside and lifted up Angie's body upon her shoulder. What's this doing crumpled underneath the body? This is duct tape, right? What's duct tape doing here? I don't know, but it must be related to the case. Look, there are hairs stuck to the back of the tape. Long hairs. Angie's, right? Bloody duct tape with Angie's hair on it. What could that mean? I'm surprised you spotted this, Maki. It was hidden under her body. It was partially visible. As a detective, you should have noticed it before I did. Well, that's true. Well, even so, I guess you're still getting used to being around dead bodies. Don't beat yourself up over it. You know what? I actually like that sprite. She's taken like a light-hearted tone now. She's actually like, that's the first time you can actually kind of like see her smile a little bit, so I'll take it. Well then, it's a good thing you're used to corpses, Maki. Huh? Do you want to die? Sorry, joking. I couldn't resist. You don't need to apologize. I was joking too. That didn't sound like a joke though. I'm gonna have to start giving her more like lighthearted voice. That's why I'm trying to raise her voice up a little bit instead of being like cool and aloof. I'm trying to like maybe almost, almost like how Kyoko was. Because Kyoko was aloof, but she was a nice aloof. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't like a stuck-up bitch. So that's why I'm kind of trying to push her more into that range now. Anywho, what the hell do we got going on with what the fuck going on with the Necronomicon, bro? Oh, that shit just killed Angie. Ah, this book. The instructions for the resurrection ritual are written in the Necronomicon. By performing the ritual as written, you can resurrect one of the deceased victim. One deceased victim. This was the motive, the Necronomicon. Angie tried to perform the ritual written in this book, right? Yes, if we look at this book, we should learn the steps of the ritual she was trying to perform. Let's take a look. What the hell's going on here? The Necronomicon Resurrection Ritual. Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. Everyone may participate. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. After preparing the effigy, burn the Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Huh. Sprinkle the ashes. Oh, right, because, yeah, duh, burning fire. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times. Then close your eyes and wait after a while. You should feel a light tap on your back. If so, that means the ritual was a success. The ashes are only good for one use. The ritual can only be performed once, so use it wisely. So these are the steps for the resurrection ritual. And you really believe this crap? It's pretty obvious that you wouldn't be able to resurrect anyone with this. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure that's true. But in this place, I don't think we can rule anything out. That's true. As I said, you know, who knows? Maybe we can actually resurrect someone. And if that's the case, they're back alive. They could have been the one that killed Angie. But the thing is, we can only resurrect one. So if that's the case, if we guess, if it really is someone that we resurrected, we have to guess properly. Otherwise, we still get killed. Which would be a wild plot twist if the Blackened ended up being someone who came back alive and then won the game. But I don't know. I mean, I don't want to put you know, like too much of like, woo, you think this is going to happen? Because, I mean, keep in mind, we still got like a couple more chapters. The game's not going to end right now. So obviously we're probably going to be able to deduce who it is at some point. Not to, you know, fart in your cereal or whatever the hell you want to call it. But anywho, should we investigate all the hanging people? The 4 effigies hung upside down makes the scene particularly eerie. Ropes are dangling from the exposed beams on the ceiling. If I remember correctly, Angie made all of these wax figures. Is this rope from the warehouse? I believe so, and that means they won't be much of a clue. Anyone could have gone and gotten those ropes. Maybe the student council should have blocked the warehouse instead of the manhole. The warehouse does contain plenty of things that could be used for a murder. That is true. That is true. Instead of like blocking our means of getting out, why don't they just stop the means of murder? They didn't really think that one through, but you know, whatever. They're all cuckoo heads anyway. Anyway, I know that these effigies are just wax, but it still creeps me out. The effigies look exactly like the real people. Not just their faces, but their bodies too. The ultimate artist certainly was talented. By the way, why is the effigy hanging upside down? Is this part of the ritual? I'm not sure. If it's not, then why is it like this? Who would go out of their way to hang a wax effigy? Right, if they're going to do that much work, there must be some reason for it. What could it be? Who would do this? The culprit? Angie? Or someone else entirely? Effigies hung upside down. But why is Kaide stabbed with a fucking sword? The 4 effigies are hung on the rope ceiling's exposed beams. These wax figures are definitely the same ones Angie made. But why are they hung up? Is one also part of the resurrection, or is the other, there's another purpose? It would take a lot of work to hang all these up. But what's the reason who did it? A culprit, Angie, or someone entirely else? We don't need that. Okay, I just gotta investigate the katana. My bad, sorry. A katana stabbed into Kaide's wax effigy. We also know that katana came from Kyo's lab, his research lab. Who did this? And why? Let me see. Maki nudged me aside and gripped it, and she got the grippers, dog! Then gripped the katana and pulled it out of the wax effigy. Wait! This is a crime scene! You can't... You wanted to check the katana, right? Well, you can't do that if you don't pull it out. Yes, true, but we have to preserve the scene. Maki paid no mind to my protest and stared at the katana for a while. It's a real katana, but there's gold leaf on it. Yeah, I believe it's the one that was on display in the Ultimate Anthropologist lab. Is that so? We could probably assume that this is the murder weapon, judging from the bloodstains on the tip. The edge is too rusty to cut well, but it would be enough to stab. But why would they go through the effort of using this as the murder weapon? Good question. They could have gone to the lab and grabbed more... They could have gone to my lab and grabbed a more suitable weapon. Perhaps it's Kyo's lab is on... Oh, perhaps it's because Kyo's lab is on the same floor. They just grabbed something close by? They may have been in a hurry. Or maybe they needed a long weapon like this. A long weapon? My lab doesn't contain swords or any other weapons of this length. Oh, really? I'm not sure how Monokuma found out, but he must know that I don't use swords for my work. When I first started working, I botched a mission using a katana. I haven't used a sword since, which is fine, because they're a hassle to carry anyway. I suppose everyone's lab is suited to them personally, just like Angie's was, but how did they know all this? Anyway, the gold leaf on the katana flakes off easily. It's all over my hand now. It must be pretty old for a gold leaf to flake off that easily. Why didn't you say so earlier? My hands are all sticky now. I'll have to go wash them later. Maki scolded me, then stood in front of Kaide's effigy. I'm going to put the katana back where we found it. If it's too hard to watch, look away. Oh, thank you. I averted my gaze, and Maki stabbed the katana back into the wax effigy. Even so, why was the weapon stabbed into the wax effigy? A hanging wax effigy, no less. Was it part of the ritual, or was the culprit trying to hide the murder weapon? Perhaps they had no intention of hiding it. They didn't even wipe the blood. Besides, I'm certain there are better ways to hide a murder weapon than this. Then, what's the reason for this? I honestly have no idea. We should investigate where the weapon came from. We might find a clue there. The ultimate anthropologist lab? Yeah, let's do that. I want to make sure the katana indeed came from that room. Oh, we got the door still. That's true, this was locked as well. This door is the lab's back door. This door is sliding lock, and it's still locked. Wait, did you see that? You catch the glimpse of the picture? It had gold on it. It had gold on it! Because no one has used this door since we came here. I believe Angie locked this door when she came in, and it's been locked ever since. Oh, wait. What's this? There it is! There it is! There it is! Look, there's something gold and shiny on the tab of the sliding lock. Gold and shiny? Could it be? Maki, may I see that for a minute? I want to try moving the sliding lock. You want to unlock it? Go ahead, do what you want. I carefully touched the knob of the lock, avoiding the gold parts, and softly slid the lock open. Click. Just as I suspected, this lock will slide without much effort. Click. Whether you lock it or unlock it, this could be an important clue. I'm curious about this rear door too, but there's something else that bothers me. The lock on the front door that we used to enter this room. Shouldn't we investigate the front door too? I'm going to take a closer look. Crap. I had a brand name beverage and now I'm about to crack open another one because I'm a thirsty hoe. It's the thirstiest time of the year. You want a Sprite cranberry? Funny enough, it actually is that time of year now. Y'all can't fight me now when I play Christmas music because it's fucking like December. Okay? I'm okay to play Christmas music now, right? For all you Christmas haters. Listen, I don't like Christmas a lot as much as any other guy because usually Christmas is the time of year where like all your friends love you and cherish you and buy you a bunch of shit that you don't need and you don't deserve, and then you feel like a bad fucking friend because you're not giving the same amount of love and effort into gifts as they did for you. And you're like, fuck. And most of the time, Christmas, when you hang out with your family, it's all about like, oh, you have a girlfriend yet, Sonny? Back when I was your age, when I was 17 years old, I already had a child and a house to live in. Like, who cares, Grandpa? I'm gonna die alone. Nobody likes me. What the fuck you want from me, bro? Like, geez, can't I just jerk off in peace, bro? Like, goddamn, like, I get it, like, people don't want to, like, you know, freaking spend the time, because, like, Christmas is pretty much just about, like, fights and and gift giving poorly though. So I get it. But this is my reasoning. I like Christmas music. I fucking love Christmas music. Like, and I'm not like a Mariah Carey lover, you know, freaking all I want for Christmas. Like, that shit kind of annoys me too. I get it. Like, I don't play that song. I like classical stuff. I listen to like the fucking Nutcracker. I love Christmas music. I love like the classical. Sleigh Ride is literally like my favorite song. I fucking love any freaking high school band or any band for that matter who plays Sleigh Ride. That shit just lit. It's like Mr. Brightside for white people. It's like that shit just lit for me. Like, I get turned to Sleigh Ride. I fucking love it. You know? So, like, what's the harm in just listening to some Christmas music? So don't fight me if I start listening to Christmas music now, because it's December. Okay? That was such a tangent. I'm sorry. Let's get rolling. Maki walked over to the front door. Can we, oh, Maki, we need to find Maki. Maki, we need to find the culprit, Maki. I just want to confirm something. When it got to this lab, you're sure the front door was locked? Yes, I'm positive. HIV positive. What? I grabbed the knob and tried to turn it. Click, 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 click. It really is locked. The front entrance was locked until Kokichi picked the lock to open it. Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. Click, 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 clickety-clack. There, open sesame. So he picked the cylinder lock open. Do you think anyone else could have opened the lock besides him? It would have been impossible from the outside. The Mono Cubs took the key. Okay, here it is, but there's only one key, so don't lose it. It'd be bad if you lost it. You wouldn't be able to lock the door or open it from the outside. Let me see that key. Monodam swiped the key from Monofane and lifted it into his mouth. Nom. Oh, he ate it! So Kokichi is the only one who could have opened or closed the door from the outside, right? Correct. Only Kokichi would have been able to open or close the door from outside, but someone inside could have opened and closed it as they pleased. So the front door was locked from inside the room? Not necessarily. I'm just thinking of possibilities. But in that case, the question becomes how the person who locked the doors got out. How the culprit got out of the classroom after locking the doors. The locked room mystery! Back in Danganronpa V3! Still, it's strange that the front door and back door have different locks. The front door that we came in from has a cylinder lock, and the rear door there has a sliding lock. By the time we discovered the body, both doors were locked. In other words, this is what you might call a locked room mystery, right? Locked, huh? Yes, the cylinder lock's key was taken by the Mono Cubs, so both doors could only be locked from the inside, but only if you rule out Kokichi's lockpicking, right? He could have picked the cylinder lock on the front door and go in and out of the lab, so he could have created this locked room mystery. It's possible that can you pick a lock closed? Or, well, I guess you could, you know, I've never really understood locks in its entirely, because I always thought, so like, I'm just thinking of my door. If you turn the lock, you know how like, not like actually sticking the key in, but the other side that usually just has like a little sliding lock. Let's first talk about the cylinder lock. You know how you have that little like knob on the back of the door, like usually on the inside of the house, there's that little knob on the knob that you turn and that locks it. Most doors that I know, you can't have the door open, turn that knob and lock the door, because that initiates the lock, which would block the door from closing. You would have, usually when you lock a door, like a cylinder lock, you go outside, then you use your key to lock the door. That's what does it. Because usually most doors, when you initiate the lock, that means you can't close it. And it's like, if you initiate the lock, then how the fuck do you get out? You have to be outside. So, but you can't just reach in through the door, lock it, and then close the door. You can't do that. So my thinking is can Kokichi really pick a locked close? Like, can you close a lock by picking it? I really don't think this is... What I'm trying to get at is I don't think this is Kokichi. I don't. I know we're trying to bring up the fact that it's like, well, he's technically the only one that could unlock and lock. But I'm thinking there's a bigger mystery behind the locked room. I don't think it's as simple as like, oh, well, Kokichi's the only one, so he's our prime suspect. Again, because they're ushering us to think that Kokichi's probably the prime suspect, and if that's going to be the case, you know it's not going to be him. Anyone we suspect right off the bat is never the culprit. It's always the last person you expect. That's how these games usually roll. So I don't think it's Kokichi. Just solely off the fact that I don't think you can pick a lock closed. You'd have to be able to lock the door from the outside. But from our basis is that we only know that he can pick locks. Can you really pick a lock closed? That just seems weird to me. I mean, if you can, then that's proved me wrong. But I've never seen anyone try to lock a door by picking it. That seems weird. It's possible that he locked the door from the outside by picking it after... Yeah, see, that doesn't make sense to me, by picking it after he killed Angie. That doesn't make any sense. Who the fuck picks a door closed? How do you pick a lock... Like, how do you lock a door by picking it? I guess in theory you can by just messing up the lock, because that would just lock it, I guess. All you have to do is just basically jam your tool in there, and then it will fuck up the lock, and then it will be locked, I guess, but... it just seems that's too far-fetched. That's too far-fetched. I think that's really dumb, if that's the case. That's true. Also, he appeared at an oddly convenient time when we tried to enter the lab ourselves. He's clearly suspicious. It is suspicious, but that solution seems a little too convenient. I'm with Suichi on that one. I'm in Suichi's head right now. It's way too convenient. I don't think it's him. I know what you're trying to do, Maki, but I want that little dirt rat in the fucking grave as much as you do, but I don't think it's him. And I don't think he probably will ever commit a murder in this game. I highly doubt it. Just because he's a little shit and I want him dead means he's probably gonna stick around like a fucking flea for the whole game. Anywho, we should probably gather people's accounts at this point. This busty brainy beauty has it all figured out. Huh? You mean you know who the culprit is? Huh? The culprit? Fuck that! Suichi, do you really have time to be listening to her? Hey, wait, god damn it! Are you just gonna ignore my genius idea? Just listen to me, okay? Come on, listen to me. Listen. Okay. Well, if you're gonna twist my arm, then I'll tell you. You better thank me for this. Is this going anywhere, Miu? I know you're all dumber than fleas, but even you get how weird these wax dolls are, right? They are strange. Are they for the ritual or another purpose? But I figured out with just one glance, these are diversions. Diversions? Yep, the culprit used these wax dolls to distract us from something. What do you mean by that? How should I know? Isn't that Sherlock Holmes' job? How did she know I was gay? I was in a band. YMCA! You're a waste of time. Maki turned and walked away. I can't say I blame her. Huh? The hell's her problem? She on a rag or something? So Angie made these wax dolls, huh? The resemblance is pretty uncanny. They say the devil's in the details, you know? Let's just see how detailed these really are. Hey! Miu tried to look up the wax figure's skirt. What are you doing? Stop that! What? I just wanted to see if the doll was wearing panties. Wait, do you have a doll fetish? Are you excited that your dead girlfriend is a doll now? If you like wax dolls so much, then go fuck the doll already. Shit. She fucking called me out, boyos. How did you fucking know I wanted to fuck the Kurumi doll? God damn it! She saw right through my plan. Yo, why the fuck is there a 3-inch hole in the Kurumi doll? Stop making fun of me. I know my dick ain't that big. I'm starting to agree with Maki. Talking to Miu is a waste of time. Anywho. Yeah, honestly, Sumigi, I want to get your opinion because you were on the student council, so you should know better than anyone what the hell was probably going on here. Unless you were that brainwashed, but
I'm not sure if it's okay to say this or not, but could Tenko be the culprit?
Huh? Tenko?
Oh, it's not like I have proof or anything, but earlier, I heard Himiko say that Tenko was trying to betray the student council.
So you suspect Tenko?
Because as a member of the student council, she would have been allowed into this lab.
That's right. Angie did allow members of the student council to enter the lab. No, but she lost her privilege before she was dead. That disproves our theory. Because remember, she was booted off the student council while Angie was still alive. She could not have access at that point anymore. Remember that. If she tries to bring this up during the class trial, we have proof. Because we witnessed it. We were there. Tenko could not have done this.
Yeah, Angie had been shut away here working on the ritual by herself since yesterday. She said she would only unlock the door if she heard a student council member's voice.
That would certainly point to Tenko. She did betray the student council, after all.
It's not that I want to suspect Tenko, but since only student council members would have been let in here.
So Angie only let in student council members. That would be Gunta, Kibo, Himiko, Tenko, and Sumigi. Of that group, Tenko is certainly the most suspicious. But remember, she was still alive when she was booted off. Because from that point on, she would not have let her into the lab. She was still alive when Tenko was booted off the student council. Your account is flawed, Sumigi. You are flawed.
A murder at nighttime is strange, impossible even.
Why do you think that?
Cause student council made rule that we know can be outside during nighttime. Everyone should have been asleep. No way murder could have happened at nighttime.
Do you really think everyone would go along with that rule?
But it's Atua's rule. Angie say he punish us if not follow his rules.
But the student council wasn't included in that, correct? They could have done what they wanted. Angie was also working here at night.
Huh? She was? No way. Student council would never break on rules. They should have been asleep in on rooms to get good example to others. Maybe Angie got attacked while she sleep in her room, then get brought here. If so, Gunta could have saved her. If only Gunta saw. But Gunta was sleeping. Sorry, Angie. Gunta no could save you.
I find it hard to believe that no one went outside, in spite of the student council rule. I mean, Kokichi's out wandering about, nobody gave a shit. Dude's just like doing his own thing and no one cares about that troglodyte. Oh, I did. Wait. Oh, the pool of blood. I noticed it. I just noticed it. There it is. That's what I missed. A small pool of blood has emanated from Angie's torso. This can't be from her forehead. This blood is from the back of her neck. This blood is dry. It must have been spilled a few hours before Angie was killed. Maybe more. That fits the 2 a.m. time of death listed in the Monokuma file. Angie's body appears to be exactly as described in the Monokuma file. There were several clues that caught my attention, but I can't draw any conclusions yet. If we think about all the evidence in combination, that might tell us something. Let's continue the investigation for now. Maki, what's wrong? It's not that important, but The only time you're reliable is when you're investigating a crime scene. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Who knows? You're certainly more reliable than Kaito, at least. That guy is useless. Anyway, let's continue. Alright. I think we've finished investigating everything for now. Alright. I don't know how I missed that pool of blood. Is it really the time to rest? I don't think we've found enough clues yet. We don't know how much time we have left to investigate, so we need to hurry up. Oh, you're right. First, we should investigate the ultimate anthropologist's lab. We may find a clue related to the katana. That's true. We need to check if the katana really did come from that place. Is something wrong, Maki? It just occurred to me. Why am I acting like your partner? Well, it's fine. Just don't get used to it. It's not as if I asked you, but it's fine by me. It's true that Maki is tremendous help to me. Yeah, we got new waifu! Waifu! New waifu! Kurumi never investigated with me. Alright. Let's get in here, man. Yeah, look at that. It's unsheathed. It's just the sheath in there. If I remember correctly, the gold leaf katana is from right here. It's just the sheath. Earlier, the katana was inside the sheath. Maki, the gold leaf katana definitely came from here. I'm certain of it. Doesn't that make Kyo suspicious? This is his research lab, after all. Not necessarily. Anyone could have come in here and taken it, because remember, all our labs are unlocked besides Angie's. Fair enough. Anyone could have done the same with my lab, too. Yeah, we can't just rule Kyo just because it came from his lab. I'm thinking it was a convenience thing. It was the closest weapon that anyone could have had on the 4th floor. Oh, what are you guys doing here? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be helping with the seance? You look so disgusted right now. Then again, I guess that is your signature look. Anyway, I forgot to bring something we need for the seance, so I came back to get it. Something for the seance? Yep, that white sheet over there. We brought the wooden dog statue and the cage already, but I guess we need the sheet too. I don't get it. Why do you guys need a cage, a wooden dog statue, and a white sheet? We're gonna make a sex party, you know. Hey, don't ask me. I don't know why we need this stuff. it's like people who buy the the latex glove, the like sponge and the lotion or whatever, and it's the scene from Breaking Bad where it's like, no. You buy different things at different stores. Draws less suspicion. Different things, different stores. Doesn't draw a lot of attention. That's why I figured I'd do a little research on this seance before I got the sheet. Study? So, let's see. Kokichi took a look around and I heard it was like some old handmade book. Oh, is this it? Yep, it says Cage Dog Village right here on the cover, so this must be it. Let's see, what does it say about the Caged Child seance? Kokichi flipped through the old book he picked up. Oh, is it this page? It's hard to read, but I can see the Caged Child is mentioned here. Are we going to learn about the Caged seance? Yeah, Kiyu's drawing is the same magical circle as the one in the picture. Okay, let's see. In order to perform the Caged Child, you need 5 people, including the spirit medium, and a dark place with no light. Just like Kiyu said. First, draw the magic circle, passed down from the Caged Dog Village on the ground. In the center of the circle, the spirit medium must kneel, curl like a turtle, and rest their forehead on a stone on the ground. Afterward, the other 4 participants must put the iron cage over the spirit medium and covered with a white sheet. And finally, the dog god must be placed on top of the cage. Also, since we can't step on the magic circle during the preparations, the dog god, why do I keep saying dog god? The dog, wait, god dong it! The dog god, do you mean the wooden dog statue? When preparations are complete, turn out all the lights and create complete darkness. The seance will begin when the 4 participants are each standing at the corner of the room. The 4 participants, not including the spirit medium, will sing the Caged Child song. After the song, ask, "Is the caged child?" Then say the name of the spirit. The spirit medium will relay in the voice of the summoned spirit, and that's all it says.
That sounds complicated.
Complicated plans have a better chance of working out in the end, wouldn't you say?
Whether it works or not, Hugh has been wanting to conduct this seance for a while. Since I was fortunate enough to obtain one of these copies, I have already memorized it. But I never thought I'd be able to lay eyes on the real one. What a trick of fate.
Oh yeah, he said he memorized every word of it too. It's probably why he left the book here, because he can conduct the seance without it.
But is that even possible? Contacting Angie's ghost?
If you're so curious, why don't you join us, Suichi?
Huh?
You should see how it plays out with your own eyes. There's still time, you know. The seance hasn't even started yet.
Maybe it's better if you join them. You think so? Well, I'm not going. I don't believe in seances. But whether you believe or not, as a detective, you should be there to observe what happens. As a detective? Huh. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm kind of scared now. Are we actually gonna, like, contact the ghost? We're gonna dial up Angie on the telly? Hello, is this Angie?
No, this is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick. Now you're talking. Well, I'll be waiting for you. Of the 3 empty rooms, we're in the middle one.
Kokichi spoke as though he was inviting me to go play, then left the room. The caged child has been added. Interesting. Well, what do you make of it, Maki? You can deal with the seance. I'll head back to the crime scene and re-examine the clues. Alrighty then. Grease monkey. Alrighty then. They said the middle room. The middle room. The little room. Oh. Oh, I just like snorted while I drank, so I don't know, a funky taste just went into my throat. It's probably like my snot combining with the cola I've been drinking. So, Kokichi tells me you wish to participate in the seance as well, Suichi. You are most welcome to join us, is what I would like to say. However, only 5, including the spiritual medium, may join.
Oh man, what a shame. Well, Keyboy, you're out.
Why me? I agree with Kokichi. I was thinking this for a while. Robots and seances don't mix. They're like toothpaste and orange juice. To be honest, I had the same thought. Your help was appreciated, Kibo. Don't any of you feel guilty for kicking me out after forcing me to come?
That's why we're apologizing.
No one's apologized yet.
Fine, our bad. Just don't get mad and start shooting electromagnetic waves at us.
Why would I do that? Stop whining, Kibo. I want to start the seance as soon as possible. Fine, but I won't forget this betrayal, Suichi. What? How is that my fault? And to be honest, okay, first of all, I know the reason why they want to boot the robot out is because usually seances probably require some sort of flesh. Alright, I get it. Like, you know, you probably need some fleshy people. Like, usually it's like blood sacrifices and all that. Robots don't have blood, unless it's like blue blood or something, like androids, like Connor from Cyberspunk, whatever, Cyberlife. I'm the android sent by Cyberlife. But,
That was one of the reasons. Second reason is because, like, we're the protagonists of the game, we're also the detectives. So whatever the fuck happens in this seance, we probably should be there to witness it. Otherwise, they would have to pull a trick like how they did in the second game, where you had to see the events of what went through, why am I blanking on his name? No, I forgot his name, and it was on the tongue. What's his face? Shit. Nagito, oh my fucking god. Why did it take me it took me so fucking long. Nagito, that was his name. You had to switch to his perspective because he did the whole, like, death room game, or the ultimate, when we were in the fun house. You had to see his perspective because that was technically part of the trial. You wouldn't be able to uncover the secrets of the fun house if you didn't know, if you weren't able to, like, see the events of the window and shit like that. But so that's why you had to switch over. You stopped playing as Hajime and you went to Nagito. So, but it looks like the game's not going that route. So, because obviously we're here. So, what did I do? So now Suichi has joined us. First, some warnings. Do not enter the magic circle that I have drawn on the floor. It is drawn with purifying salt, so it is easily disturbed when stepped upon. You drew this magic circle with salt? I always use salt for magic circles. It makes seances more likely to succeed. Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse. Got it. I'll be careful. I'm surprised you were able to draw this without even looking at the picture. I have the entire document memorized, so this magic circle should be perfect. Of course, I have also have the Caged Child song memorized. You must do the same. I have copied the words to the song down here. Please commit it to memory. Everyone else has already memorized it, after all. You will be unable to read in the dark. We have to memorize the lyrics now? You're a detective, so I expect your memory to be up to the task. Here is the melody. I listened to Q sing the song and did my best to memorize the melody of the lyrics. Alright, I think I've got it. Oh, alright, I think I've got it now. Your memory is extraordinary. You are indeed the ultimate detective. Well then, let us begin the ritual right away. Yay! We finally get to see Angie! Before that, let's choose the spiritual medium. It would work best with a girl. Why so? Oh, probably because the survivor was of the caged child was a girl. It was like the little girl of the village or whatever. That's probably why. Then I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me that Angie's spirit should go in. No, I'll do it. Because if you're the spirit medium, you won't be able to talk to Angie. Yeah? You want to talk to Angie, right? Then I'll be the spirit medium. That way, you can say goodbye to her. After all, after you finish saying your goodbyes, and keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Please. Tenko. Also, Himiko, let me say this one thing. Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better if you do. You'll feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too. Then venting your anger into something can really cheer you up. Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. I think you've trained too much. You're probably right. It seems like the two of them made up. That's good. So now that we've decided on a spiritual medium, let us begin. Alright, Himiko. I'll see you later. Now I would like the spirit medium, Tenko, to sit within the center circle. Please be sure to walk on the path, as to not disturb the magic circle. Make sure you watch your steps since it's dark in here. Next, you must be as a turtle within the circle. Please rest your forehead upon this stone marker I have placed here.
It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work?
Certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon.
Like this?
This may be uncomfortable, but please endure until the seance is complete. Whatever you do, you mustn't raise your head or change positions.
Piece of cake! I have 5-star flexibility. This is kind of weird, bro.
Starting now, the rest of us must go to work. There are things.
Let's go to work. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One up this time. Burn. One up this time. Burn. Right foot, right stomp. Burn. Left foot, left stomp. Burn. Cha cha, real smooth. Turn it out.
There are many things left to be done. First, we must place this iron cage atop Tenko. I shall leave that to Suichi and Kokichi. And please keep in mind, walk carefully. Do not disturb the magic circle.
Okay, you can count on me. I may not look like it, but I'm actually super duper strong. He's like fucking dying, like Kokichi, it only weighs like 2 pounds. Oh, actually, he probably is struggling right now. I shouldn't have lied. I'm way too weak for this kind of stuff.
It's made of iron. No wonder it's heavy.
Hold on, don't drop it on top of me. Or don't just drop it on top of me.
I know. I wouldn't be very funny if a body discovery announcement happened during this.
Please don't jinx us.
Phew, I'm tired. So next we cover the basket with a white cloth, right?
I shall take that one. All right, everything is prepared. Tenko, how are you doing?
Well, I can only see the floor from this position, but I think I'm fine.
The final step is to place the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. The 4 of us may need to do this together. The statue is quite heavy.
Yeah.
Even with 4 people, this is still really heavy.
Holy crap, this weighs a ton!
No, it is not much more than 175 pounds.
Phew, I'm totally wiped.
I could have used my magic to carry it easily, but seances don't and magic don't work or don't mix. Are you sure? Should I be like muffling her because she's like under the cage and everything? Like, are you sure you guys are okay to put something so heavy on top the cage?
The iron cage was made specifically for seances, so it can hold this weight.
Okay, I guess it's fine then.
Now, let us exit the magic circle. Take care to avoid disturbing it.
It looked like Himiko's heels were stepping on the circle, but that is probably just like, you know, the art or whatever, just kind of like wasn't like matched up properly or something, but it looked like she was already stepping on it like, what the fuck did I say to you, bitch? Don't mess up my magic circle.
Harry Potter!
This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you.
Understood. I'll not say a word until the seance is over. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys after the seance.
The rest of us shall move to the corners of the room. Please go to one of your choosing.
Alrighty then. We each stood in a different corner. You know, shouldn't we be like fucking investigating Angie? What the hell are we doing? I get that we're maybe trying to contact her. Like, if this actually works, she may actually like come be the voice of the dead and like be like, oh, it was actually Kokichi who murdered me. Or some shit like that. But like, I don't like, dude, like we have a class trial in like 20 minutes. Like, I feel like there's more clues to discover. What are we doing here?
Now we darken the room. Kokichi and Suichi are closest to the candles. Please blow out the candles. You should be able to follow the walls in the dark.
So go back to the corner of the room after it's dark. Okay, got it.
You needn't move, Himiko. There are many gaps in the floor near you. Yeah, got it. Once the room is dark, I will begin the song. Please sing along with me. Then I will call out to Angie until she replies, "There must be silence."
After the seance is done, Suichi and I are supposed to light the candles again, right?
Correct. I brought matches from the warehouse, so please use those.
Okie dokie, then I'll blow out the candle now.
I walked up to the closest candle and blew out the flame. I'm sure it's probably going to be pitch black now, so we probably won't be seeing anything for the next 5 minutes. The room instantly fell into complete darkness. Pitch black darkness. So dark, I couldn't even see my own body. Overcoming my instinctual fear of the dark, I moved along the wall back to my corner, then began the singing. Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along. Bum, bum, bum. CAMPFIRESONG song. CAMPFIRESONG song. It'll help if you just sing along. CAMPFIRESONG song. Patrick's song. CAMPFIRE Squidward. Good! It'll help if you just sing along! Oh yeah! Now, wasn't that relaxing? Alright, let's actually get into this. At last, at long last. Hugh led us all in the caged child song. Young guard dog and little lost girl sealed within an iron cage. At the mountain's bottom within the darkness. At last, at long last. How many will there be by dawn? Will there be 2 or just 1? Thunk. Will the guard dog run far away? Or did it eat the little girl? At last, at long last. We finished singing the song, but I thought I heard an odd sound in the middle of it. What was it? Is the caged child Angie Youngina? He began calling. Now if the medium answers, is the caged child Angie Youngina? What's going on? Is the caged child Angie Youngina? What's wrong? Why won't Angie answer? Himiko, I was very clear that you were not to speak, yes? But something's weird. Why won't she answer?
Maybe it failed?
Let's light the candles briefly. What? Is that okay? Just for now. Confused, I walked along the wall back to the candle. I managed to strike a match and light the candle once again.
Hey, what's going on? Did it really fail?
This shouldn't be the case. The seance was perfect. Is Angie not coming? Is it still Tenko in there? Tenko? I told her that she mustn't speak until the spirit enters her.
She follows orders well. But how about we let her out of there for now?
Wait, dark arts such as these need to be started and completed the same way. Those who remove the objects from the magic circle must be the same who brought them in. If not, the spirit may stay in the medium's body.
Seeing as how this was a failure, I don't think any spirit is sticking around, but whatever.
Just like setting up, Kyu instructed us to clean up everything up. We were careful to remove everything exactly in the order Kyu dictated. Now, I will remove the sheet. Is that blood? Is that blood? Kyu pinched the fabric gently and pulled it aside. Oh? Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Was Tenko literally just murdered during an investigation? Monokuma? Is this legal? Monokuma? Hello? What? Something is amiss. Yeah? Himiko ran toward the cage at a sprint. Himiko, I told you not to step on the... But she wasn't listening. She jumped onto the cage and... Tenko! Fueled by desperation, Himiko grabbed the cage, lifted it up, and... No fucking way. Holy She literally got murked during an investigation? What the fuck? Hold up. Wait a minute. What the fuck? What the fuck going on in Miami, bro? No shit. She just got murked during the investigation. What the... you know what? I gotta hand it to whoever the fuck the killer is for this one. Man, you're a real G. That is some big brain bullshit right there. That is some big brain bullshit right there. You planning out your murder well before the clash or well before anyone discovers it. Murdering someone instinctively right as someone discovers it. Using an investigation to murder someone. Murdering someone right after a clash trial. Like, what the fuck? Who would have thought there's another victim during the investigation? Maybe Monophane's green puke was predicting this tragedy. Oh, the puke's color is normal now. I guess it was predicting this. Everyone, please assemble in the seance room. That is actually insane. Ladies and gentlemen, like all other Danganronpa games, we have our double murder. The second body discovery announcement played. It didn't take long for everyone to come running. Tenko? Seriously? What is this? How did this happen? Oh, I just realized that. Well, now we can't really blame Tenko for the other murder, because she's fucking dead now. Well, there goes your theory that it was Tenko, Tsumugi, because she's fucking dead. Tenko, Goto's so sorry. Goto no could protect you. Suichi, explain the situation. I thought you were conducting the seance. What happened? I don't know. What's happening? Rise and shine, sign. I'm surprised too. I never thought a murder would happen during an investigation. I guess for now, we should maybe start the investigation right away? Before that, I would like to confirm something. The culprit who killed Angie may be a different culprit from the one who killed Tenko. Yes? Huh? What happens in the event there are two murderers by two people? What if there are two blackened? We will need to find them both at the class trial. Now that you mention it, that's a good point. What would happen in that scenario? Huh? What would happen? Monodam, what would happen? What would happen?
Why do you guys look lost, Monodam? I thought you were gonna run things instead of Daddy.
I never expected something like this to happen. I don't know what to do. Really, I don't know.
Oh man, they're all disorganized. If you can't decide the class trial's objective, then we don't know what to investigate.
Father always knows what to do. We should ask him for help. Have you already forgotten? Daddy's in no condition to help us.
Oh, come on, he's got to come back now, please. Please, Monokuma, bring this game's life back to heart.
It's all our fault Daddy ended up like this.
Huh? It's all your fault, Monofane.
Daddy, help! We don't know what to do on our own.
We gotta use the power of love. This ought to snap him back to normal. That won't work. Father is just an empty shell now.
That's not true. Anything is possible with the power of love.
You don't understand that because you've never been loved before, Monodam. Oh, damn. That was cold.
Daddy, I love you, so please go back to normal.
I want to see you, Father. I love you with all my heart.
Aw, you're making me blush.
What the fuck? Wait, what the hell? Was that just a duplicate? Wait, what?
I'm back! Were you good while I was away? Thank you so much, my adorable darling cubs. With you running the academy, I was able to fully enjoy my relaxing vacation.
Wait, he was on vacation that whole time? So wait, was that just like a dummy, like in play?
Yeah! Oh, that tickle.
Oh, that tickles. Father's intense love is getting me all soaked.
Daddy, your tongue feels amazing. This better not awaken anything in me.
No.
Man, that vacation was just what I needed. It's important to take time off and relax. Normally, most companies won't even let you take time off to go on vacation. But I was able to do it. The secret is just to leave whether you get permission or not.
Huh? Wait, so then who's the Baldy then?
Oh, it's just a part-timer I got to cover for me while I was gone. Here's your pay, like we agreed on. Now take it and get out of here.
Huh? I thought you were supposed to be relaxed. What the fuck just happened? Well, I guess that explains because that Monokuma was actually helpful to us. So I guess that explains he was just kind of a part-timer, so he wasn't like the real Monokuma. I guess that makes sense why he was acting weird.
Now that nuisance is out of the way, what are you guys talking about again? Ah, that's right. What happens to your votes if there are two blackened candidates? Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served.
First come, first served?
The blackened who killed the first victim to be discovered will be your target. In other words, if the blackened who killed Angie isn't the same one as the one who killed Tenko, then only Angie's killer will be considered the blackened. Basically, Tenko's killer wasted a kill, and Tenko herself was a waste of a victim. Oh, and I'll add this to the school regulations, so you can review it later. I also updated the Monokuma file. Do your best to investigate this murder too.
Boy, everything has gone so smoothly now that Father's running things again. Leader's got to be able to take decisive action. Indecision is just the worst.
Daddy, you're glowing! You're glowing like a lamp. There's nothing better than being praised by my cute cubs. There's nothing better than spending time with my cute cubs. For as long as I live, I'll never let any of you go.
He just left us behind while he was saying he'd never let us go. I'm just gonna give you up. I'm gonna let you down. I'm just gonna run around and desert you. Just gonna make you cry. Just gonna say goodbye. I'm just gonna tell some lies and hurt you.
That's why he's so amazing. Please lick me some more, Daddy.
So long. Farewell. Oh no, is he gonna go back to his like boring self? Yeah, he is. Oh my god, he's silent again. Oh, bye, Monodam. Good luck. I guess his plan was foiled. He was probably trying to take over the academy, but then Monokuma was like, I was just taking a vacation, you dipshits.
So to make sense of all of that,
if both murders have different culprits, then our vote will determine Angie's killer. But we don't even know if there's a different culprit, do we?
True. We should investigate Tenko's death as well, just in case.
Oh, finally, things are heating up. I'm getting so excited.
Gah, you're fucking psycho. Suichi, this is bad. Huh? This is unquestionably bad. I can't believe Tenko was killed. Everyone's upset and confused, and I'm in no shape to help right now. So, this is where you need to step up. Listen, Suichi, the impossible is possible. All you gotta do is make it so. Yeah. Alright, then let's check the Monokuma file first. The victim was Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master.
Oh, I just gotta stop drinking my beer.
The body was found in the middle of the empty room on the 4th floor. The time of death is approximately 11 a.m. The only visible injury is a stab wound to the back of her neck. So just like Angie's. A stab wound to the back of the neck. It's the same as Angie's cause of death.
It doesn't look like a coincidence. Maybe it's Angie's curse.
Curse? God, not again. Curse? Oh! Hey! Curse! Kaito, calm down! No way, there's a curse! Don't screw around! You're the one who's screwing around! Do you want to die? Slam! A dull sound reverberated through the room. You see how she was blushing, though? Kaito, are you okay? My bad, Suichi. I'm starting to feel bad, but for a different reason. I'm gonna get some fresh air, so I'll leave this to you and Maki roll. Kaito left the room, still a bit wobbly. Maki, I saw you blushing there. I saw you blushing there. Got the hots for Kaito? Should we resume the investigation? Time is of the essence.
True, we haven't time to mourn Tenko's death, as our own lives are at risk. So let's first create another seance where we'll contact both Angie and Tenko.
Like, we fucking wasted our time, bro. What the hell? And it got Tenko killed. What the hell happened?
That's true, but Angie and then Tenko. And to think, earlier, I was suspicious of Tenko. I'm sorry, Tenko.
It's all Gunta's fault. Gunta failed to protect friends again.
Tenko's death caught us all off guard. Everyone is panicking. I have to keep it together. I have to work harder because I'm a detective. Investigation resumed. It's too dark in here. We can't investigate even if we wanted to.
Going to bring candles from other room to make this room bright, okay?
No, that won't be necessary. Oh, does he have like flashlight eyeballs or something? Yeah, that's not necessary at all.
Huh? Why?
Show him, Keyboy. Show him your new power. New power? Yeah, he does have flashlight eyeballs. Oh my god, dude, he fucking lit up. We're all like deers in the headlight now.
His eyes lit up.
I, Miu Irma, the gorgeous girl genius, have installed a new function into Kibo. Just leave it to me. I will become the guiding light that shines on you all. Shine on, shine on, shine on, you crazy fucking diamond.
Oh goddamn, it really bright in here now, bro. Man, what a lame function. You should have made him like a transformer or something.
But it's bright now, so we should hurry and investigate. Yeah, you're right. Kibo's flashlight phone. It's weird they're giving me that as a truth bullet. Interesting. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath crouched over this. According to Monokuma file, her only injury is a stab wound to her neck. This wound was fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. Oh wait, we heard a thunk though. What did that mean?
Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over.
Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain? Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. What do you mean? You were concerned about that, right? With a wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience? Of course, quick deaths are my specialty. Well then, that makes sense. The real question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. You're right, I don't see any obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. Interesting. Oh, this floorboard is loose. I'm fucking loose! And it's the one right under Tenko. Why is the floorboard loose? I mean, we did, when we first came here and discovered, all the floorboards are like on just like pillars. They're not like actually, there's not an actual concrete floor. All the floorboards, I think, can be removed. It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance. Why would it come loose during the seance? A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Then someone must have loosened it on purpose. Are you trying to convince me that someone like crept under the floorboards like fucking Teru in the second game and stabbed her through the floorboards? That is a possibility, but I highly doubt it. They'd have to reach over her neck. Because how Mr. Imposter Man, who is acting as Byakuya, I mean, because he technically didn't have a name, or they didn't have a name. They were the ultimate imposter. So we'll just call them Byakuya 2. The reason why you could deduce like he was stabbed through the floorboards is because his wounds the puncture wounds were on his belly, like the front side up. But Tenko's is on the back of her neck, and she was laying face forward, so it'd be really hard to, I guess, go through the floorboards and then stab her in the back of the neck. There's a rock next to Tenko's body. This must be... Please, rest your forehead upon the stone marker I have placed here. It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work? Certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon. Like this? Tenko had her forehead on this rock, hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. Do you see that? There's blood on the top of the cage. This is a cage used in the seance. It looks to be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. It's a pretty large iron cage. Yeah, big enough for a person to fit inside. During the seance, Kokichi and I covered Tenko with the cage. We were supposed to remove it as well. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first. Hey, look at this. A blood stain on the bottom of the cage. Probably Tenko's blood, yeah? Yes, I imagine so. This spatter must have been what have been made when she was killed, which means that Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage. I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead. If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain this bloodstain, right? Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted. That is a possibility. But, it's hard to believe, because remember, before Himiko ran over, I pointed to the fact that there was already blood on the floor. You could see it. You could see it before the scene unfolded with Himiko rushing over. You could see that there was blood already on the floor. I really think she was dead. And if she was somehow still alive after we had lifted up the... I mean, like, the cage is meshed. You can see inside of it. It's not like we're fucking blind here. We can see inside of it. Like, she was still hunched over. There was blood. Like, I think she was dead. I think she was killed at some point in the seance. Or at least while the cloth was covering her. So it's like some kind of magic trick. You're gonna tell me that Himiko did this with her magic? No, I highly doubt Himiko did this, because she liked Tenko. Or at least until the bitter end they made up, so. Anything else I should investigate here? Oh. What the fuck is this? Oh, is this the hole? There's a small opening in the corner of the room. It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still. A hole? Looks like there's a space under here too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. It looks like something dropped down there. What? Something dropped down there? After we check everything everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves? Right, let's do it. This magic circle Q drew on the floor. Well, at least it was. It has been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable. Was this drawn with salt? Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt. Are you feeling alright? You sound ridiculous. Ridiculous? I have performed many successful seances. Why have I even had spirits... why I've even had spirits enter my body... Shut up. I don't want to hear you about your stupid delusions. Maki really doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of refreshing, actually. In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle. Well, find out in Kyo's lab. It should be written in the Cage Dog Village document. Isn't that right, Kyu? He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. She did just berate his ass. It's the white sheet we used for the seance. This was placed on top of the cage. Kyu was the one who removed it. This cloth is pretty thick. It's similar to the window curtain, but it's completely opaque. And on the back, looks like there's a blood stain on it, right around the middle of the sheet. But no hole in the fabric, which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through the cloth. She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. That's what I've deduced before any of that even happened. I think she was killed in the seance before we removed the cloth. Whether it was through the floorboards or not, I don't fucking know, but I knew she was killed during the seance. That's what I've come to. That's like the only possible conclusion. Because, like, again, the cage is meshed. Like, we can see through the cage. It's not like we're blind here. Like, we can see through the cage. From the moment we lit the candles again, you can literally see a pool of blood and her fucking limp corpse still, like, dangling in, or, you know, still hunched over. So, it's a wooden dog statue used for the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. During the seance, this wooden statue was on top of the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it. Oh, I see what they're gonna go with this. she was killed in the cage. There's no questions asked. She was not killed from the outside of the cage. She was killed within the cage. Because we could not have possibly moved the cage because the dog statue was on it, which required 4 people to use. So she was somehow killed, hunched over inside the cage. This wooden statue is pretty heavy. Kiyu said it was about 175 pounds. That's about the weight of 2 girls. What do you know about girls? Have you ever touched a woman beside your mother?
No.
What? What? I'm kidding. Anyway, if this heavy thing was on top of the cage, then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily. Yeah, you're right. And no one could have murdered her easily. That didn't sound like you were kidding earlier. Dog statue. Because if the cloth is untouched, which was underneath the dog statue, the cloth was untouched besides the blood stain, which I'm assuming that blood stain came from the inside of the cloth, meaning that Tenko was killed during the seance inside the cage. Don't know how the fuck they did it though. That's kind of crazy, bro. Well, at this point, I guess we gather everyone else's opinion on this matter. And a 16 gig SD card with my thoughts on the matter.
I said things that made Tenko look suspicious. And now this. I'm sorry, Tenko.
Cry later.
Huh?
Crying won't bring Tenko back. And if you don't investigate thoroughly, you'll die too. I need to find the truth and pin down the culprit. For Tenko and all of us.
You're right. Tenko would want us to figure it out if she had no regrets. That would be the best way to apologize.
This investigation investigation, okay. This investigation is over and shut, and it's all thanks to me for giving Kibo his new function. Now then, Kung Fu's killer is obviously one of you stupid assholes who signed up to do this bullshit seance in the first place. No, not necessarily.
Huh? Seriously? This seance was clearly set up to lure her in and kill her. How could someone who wasn't in the room kill her?
So you believe that Tenko was killed during the seance? I actually, believe it or not, I actually agree with Miyu. She was killed during the seance. I 100% believe that. There's too many clues already that point to that possibility. Like, there's no other way. I mean, because she was clearly alive before we put everything on top of her. So unless you're gonna sit here and tell me that Angie somehow actually used real life fucking magic and like body swap Tenko or something, she was killed during the seance. There's no other possibility, shit for brains. God, you don't even know that? It is true that Tenko was alive before the seance began. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Tenko answered Kiyu, so at that point she was most certainly alive. But when the candles were relit, at that point she was dead. She had already been killed. That means she was killed in the dark. I'm positive. What time exactly was Tenko killed after the candles were blown out? That may be an important point of this case. Yeah, I think Miyu was right. She was killed during this. It's not that hard to deduce that. Like, what other time could she... Like, unless you're gonna fucking convince me that someone crept through the floorboards like Teru, so some short troglodyte, even though Rion was fucking dead, some short fucking troglodyte managed to wiggle their way through the floorboards, pop out of the floorboards inside a 5-foot wide fucking cage with Tenko in there, fucking reach up over her fucking body, stab her in the back of the neck, jump down through the floorboards, and fucking manage to get out without making any sounds beside a single thud during the seance, then you fucking got me. You can see like my conspiracy theory brain like coming out in this game.
Himiko! Hey, Himiko! Be strong, Himiko! Ganta, if you shake Himiko like that, she's gonna break.
But she's not talking! It's like Himiko not even here!
She must have been really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now.
Okay.
Himiko.
First Angie, then Tenko? Gunta's so ashamed. Why Gunta no could protect friends? Alright, so all these people are kind of got useless shit. Alright, let's just get on with it. Oh my god, I hate that face. I don't like it. I know that's kind of supposed to be his nervous face a little bit. I just like those eyes, like the fact that he's like mostly covered up, like he's got the mask, the hat, and then it's like, I tell you what, if that's how Suichi looked like when he wore his hat, I will admit that that's kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie. That is a creepy ass face, bro.
Why did this?
Hugh, I know the murder was pretty shocking.
Of course, I'm shocked about that as well. But why did the seance fail? We performed all the steps flawlessly.
He seems more concerned about that than the murder.
Oh, if we perform the caged child again to summon Tenko's spirit this time.
Cut the crap. Just tell me what happened during the seance. Both of you and Suichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance?
True. It may be best to move past what happened to know why the seance failed.
Whatever. Just hurry up.
At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spiritual medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle, so her head touched the marking stone. Then Suichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. And after that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. Then, all four of us placed the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. Afterwards, we stood in the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Suichi blew out the candles. Finally, we sang the caged child song. The seance should have been complete, but...
now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. There was a thud. At long last, dog, bottom, Harlem is good. Thunk. It would be guarding at last, at long last.
It is a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped. Perhaps.
That was pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Q knows something. And then what happened?
We called out to her, but no reply came. I had Suichi and Kokichi relight the candles. And then we removed all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all four of us removed the dog god statue. Next, I took off the white cloth. And then... Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted...
Then it sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance.
But would it not be difficult in such darkness? Besides, she was inside the cage. Yes.
Then when was she killed? Yes, that is a problem.
There is another problem. And that is, why ever did the seance fail? I simply cannot figure it out. Maybe someone moved from their corner. Did someone else sneak in here?
Obviously, since this seance was clearly a sham. Maki never was once... Maki was never one to pull her punches. Maki, we finished investigating up here. Perhaps we should check under the floor. It seems pretty dark down there. What should we use for light? Let's bring a candle. With Kiba's light from up here, that should be fine. Then I'll go get a candle. Remove that floorboard so we can go down. Okay, got it. I pulled off some of the floorboards near the hole and took the candle from Maki. Then I carefully made my way through the hole and under the floor. Interesting. So, okay. Well, that's obviously where she was murked. This is a lot more suspicious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all fours. Let's look around for clues. I think Suichi said, let's look around for clues. It looks pretty... It'd look pretty stupid if we found clues after crawling around in this dusty... Oh, no clues if we crawled around this dusty place. Jeez, I'm sorry I can't read today. It's a weekday, that's why I can't read. Yeah. Whoa! Whoop! 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 Whoa! There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over it. The blood and the sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the... The blood on the sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the murder weapon. This came from my research lab. It did? A sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality, and you can hide it under your clothes too. If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade is about 6 inches. Then, since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself. But even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck? The cage is 3 feet high. If you're able to stab into it with a 6-inch blade, well, it would deepen on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible. Then her posture is the question. Hey, if the weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right? Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible. Kind of hard to believe. I'm leaning more... I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say it seems rather hard to poke yourself through the floorboards and stab her in the back of the neck. That's all I gotta say. Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. Some of the wood has corroded and is broken off, so you can see into the next room. This is the wall of the empty room, right? Looks like there's wood along the wall. This part has rotted away. It looks like natural rot. This hole wasn't made intentionally, but I can get into the next room through here. If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? Then the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway. True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did alright because we had light. Without it, it'd be pitch black. That might make it impossible to move around in here. They could have used the light, like we're doing right now. True, but would you see it? Wouldn't you be able to see it? Because remember, we were in a completely pitch black room during the seance. You couldn't see anything. Suichi even said you couldn't see your body. I gotta believe a candlelight would poke through the floorboards, considering that there's holes in them. They use light to move around under the floor. Is that possible? I highly doubt it. You probably wouldn't be able to fucking see it, right? There's dried blood. There's a blood stain on the ground underneath the loose floorboard. But that's pretty far from where Tenko's body is dripping down. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is there blood here? Hey, the back of the floorboard has blood on it too. You're right, there's a little bit of blood on the underside of the floorboard. Did Tenko's blood splatter when she got killed? I wonder. I can't really be sure yet. But these bloodstains here are completely dry. There must be some reason these particular stains are dry. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Why do you think perhaps there is dried blood? Is that everything we needed to do here? Oh, cut cross piece. Oh. Look, part of the cross piece that supports the floorboard is cut off. It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion missing is about the same width too. And from what I can see of it, it wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut by someone. There should be a saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. The question is, why? Another cross piece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing. So what purpose did it serve? The floorboard underneath Tenko's body is loose, and the cross piece supporting it has been cut. If the culprit did all of this, then why? Interesting indeed. I think we finished investigating here. Maki, you want to head back up? Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all this dust. Same here, girl. I hate dust too. Man, that shit be busting in my lungs. I'd be going like, I got the black lung pop. After Maki and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation. We've only been investigating this room. Are you sure that's wise? What do you mean? If Angie and Tenko have different killers, then the Blacken we need to vote for is the culprit for the first murder, the culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said. So instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Angie's? Well, here's the thing though. There's also the possibility that this was actually the same murderer. So if we uncover Tenko's, how Tenko died, we might be able to uncover Angie's, and thus the true Blacken. This could have been a double murder. Not like in the sense of, like, in the actual sense that, like, one Blacken murdered both. Not two different Blackens murdered two different people. Just saying. Just as much as that's a possibility, it's also because, I mean, think about it. All the double murders of this game series have always been committed by one mastermind. Now, granted, in the first game it was a little different because that was the one time there was an accomplice. Celeste managed to brainwash Hifumi into murdering Taka, and then she herself then murdered Hifumi. But that was the only time in Danganronpa history there was an accomplice. So it was a little different there. But remember Makan in the fucking second one, she lost her marbles and murdered two people. Just saying, so like just as much as like this could be like accomplice work, it could also just be one person with one master plan. Yes, of course. But this is bigger than the killing game. For the sake of the two who died, I need to reveal the truth of both their deaths. Well, I understand why you feel that way. But if your plan of investigating the other crime scene again, you should probably hurry. Well, if you have a plan, I think, of investigating the other crime scene. Alright. So where do we need to go from here? When I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could ever imagine. Oh my god, is there a third murder? Ever imagine unfolded? No! Oh my fucking... No fucking way! No! No fucking way! Are you... Okay. I'm like, wait... Like, there's too many deaths. Right, there is a rule against that, right? I remember Danganronpa has a rule. You can only do two. It stops at two. So if Kokichi was actually murdered, that would have been it. Like, the killing game would have been, like, backfired and Monokuma would have been like, hey, yo, y'all broke the rules. Oh my god. That they got me with that one. They got me again. I forgot about this scene. They got me again.
Did I surprise you? Were you gonna scream and cry in terror?
What are you doing? Are you good, bro? Like, is that actual blood?
Oh, sorry. Just a little lightheaded from blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard.
You stepped through a floorboard?
Jeez, that got me good. Cause I tripped and fell pretty hard.
That's some more than a little hard, bro. Like, your head's gushing blood. If you're going to lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting the floorboard, so I kinda stepped through it. What bad luck.
The crosspiece was gone? Does that mean... That's it? That's all we get? I mean, to be fair, someone literally got murdered during the investigation. This has been a long investigation. I think we're like reaching at least 2 hours. So it's like we're on the same typical time that we usually spend in these, but goddamn, that does not feel like a lot of clues. But I mean, we kind of I think we have a very good gist of how Tenko got murked, or at least like the process to it. I don't want to reveal too much because obviously if you don't know, I want you to think it through. Because that's part of the fun, like you should think it through it. Use your brain power and try to solve the case, So I don't want to like spoil too much, but I mean, it's quite obvious that she was killed. I mean, her time of death was like the seance time. So clearly she was murdered during the seance. You just kind of have to figure out the steps to it, and that'll lead us to the murder. We don't really know yet whether or not Angie and Tenko's are linked, though. So they could be two separate murders. So in this case, it's about really figuring out Angie's. But we'll see. Huh? Confidence, dreams. That's what the Killing Game is all about. Killing Game fans, hold your head high and watch with your own two eyes. Baseball, soccer, mobile games, they're all nothing compared to the Killing Game. The Killing Game just can't be beat. Behold, students, the entrance to the trial grounds. I guess time's up.
Oh man, it's because of you guys. I didn't have enough time to check something.
What were you trying to check?
I wanted to research the seance again, so I brought this document with me. But unfortunately, I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Kyu perfectly reenacted the seance as was written in the document. He drew the magic circle the same exact way as in the picture. Not only that, he used the same exact tools too. Nothing suspicious about the whole thing. Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about it later. I'm losing quantity. He's fucked up, bro. At the class trial. So, see you there.
Kokichi left, the blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Bloody Kokichi. Let's go too. Yeah, okay. Is Maki nervous? I see. So even she gets nervous sometimes. What are you staring at? Do you want to die? Alrighty then. Angie, there was a lot less clues for Angie, but I think a pretty good giveaway of what could have happened all lies within the katana and the gold plating on the lock. I think those are your two most important clues you should focus on. And then for Tenko, I think it's the whole cross piece and floorboards thing, because we're kind of right now stuck on how she was killed. I mean, clearly it was the sickle, because we found that in the floorboards, but how did it get to the back of her neck? She was killed like, Attack on Titan style, like the nape of her neck. But yeah, so in all reality, it's figuring out the locked room for Angie and figuring out how actually Tenko was killed, like the actual process of killing her. And if we can uncover those, we will find either 2 culprits or 1. So let's get to it. I certainly hope I have enough fucking points to be able to, like, buy skills, because I literally have, like, no skills. And the trials are only going to get harder now.
It would appear we have all gathered, but it seems there are less and less of us.
Less friends means that it's that much harder to solve mystery. Well, don't worry. I'm sure you've gotten a little smarter by now, Gunta. Yeah, Gunta do his best to help. I don't want you to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaito idiot level.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
More importantly, are you okay, Kaito?
Yeah, I'm feeling better now. But wow, Maki Roll sure does pack a punch.
It's your fault.
You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers. Only dipshits have died so far.
Hey, the fuck's that supposed to mean? Are you dissing my waifu like that? The number 1 waifu of the game until she committed murder?
I like Kaide too, and Ryoma was pretty cool. Honestly, I feel fucking bad for Ryoma. And Rentaro, because Rentaro, like, didn't even have his fucking memory, and he was murked right off the get-go. He was murked by a Rube Goldberg machine. How goofy is that shit? Ryoma literally didn't have friends. He'd fucking died like a loser alone by Karumi just taking his life. Like, I feel bad for them, bro. I know it's tall and ordered, but try and use your brains this time so I don't have to use mine. These golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world.
It's as though every time you open your mouth, you become less likable. Atua, please lend us your power.
It may be difficult for us to rely on Atua, considering what happened to Angie, whom Atua loved the most of all.
She shouldn't have relied on Atua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in a god, especially Atua.
So what? Robots can believe in a god. Actually, before I even met Angie, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, you might call it an inner voice. It tells me what to do whenever I'm in trouble.
How long are you going to say that for? Atua and Ghost don't matter right now.
Yeah, the trial this time is going to be rough. We got caught in Monokuma's trap. His trap? He probably made the 4th floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from investigating.
No, he didn't. Yeah, there's no way.
Just admit it, bro. You're you weren't gonna help regardless. Suichi, say something.
What should I say?
Goofy, His belly button looked kind of like a screw. Like a Phillips head screw. I don't know why I brought that up. It just... feel like I needed to fill the void with something. As usual, we walk toward the elevator in silence. As soon as the remaining survivors stepped aboard, then what happened? We descended, okay? Wow, we're really dwindling now. We're dwindling in numbers, everyone. We're getting down to the final chapters. Perhaps because there were fewer of us, the elevator seemed to move faster. And so we fell, faster and faster, downward into the black. The elevator just stopped, and just like always, the doors parted slowly, and the light that shines on us from the other side, the bright light of our future, or is it... Nope, it's just me! Boy, they look really depressed. Must be because there's even less participants now.
Don't say they look depressed. You'll make Mono damn sad.
Oop, boop, boop, boop. As much as I'd love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth, let's hurry up and get this started! At last, the class trial will begin. I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content. The third class trial was about to begin. Angie Yongana, the ultimate artist. She created the Ultimate Academy Student Council to try to prevent the killing game. Then Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. She hated men, but I knew that she hated this terrible killing game even more so. The two of them were killed. The two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. And who was the one who killed them? Was it one person? Two different people? We need to pin that down in this class trial. In order to live, we have to find the truth. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial.